Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grandma Hershey Cooks. I'm Grandma Hershey, spelled with the U and not an E. So don't get it twisted. Okay. Anywho, I'd like to welcome you guys for being here, for watching it later. Whatever time you want to watch it is fine, as long as you watch it. So, anyway, the types of recipes that are going to be on this show seem like most of them seem to be gluten free and diabetic friendly. But I am going to get some other things, okay? I am. But I always have an alternative recipe to whatever I put on here. So if you are allergic to nuts for the cookies, let me know, and the cakes. And if you're looking for a vegan recipe, a pescatarian recipe, hey, hit me up at grandmahursheycooks@gmail.com. Okay, and that way I will be more than happy to help you out. Okay, because Grandma Hershey just loves you. Yes, she do. So anyway, the reason why I'm doing this show, and I put in the description as the main reason, but I want to help people to be able to enjoy food, okay, even with restrictions, okay. I try to put this light in a good spot, but I'm saying some reflection. But anyway, you get your bloopers here. This is a live show. So if you have any kind of restrictions, food restrictions, and you want a good meal for it, then hit me up and I will be glad to help you out. All right. So today's show is tamale pie. And it's delicious. Okay. And this is episode 23. We chugging along. Okay. Chug, chug, chug. We chugging along. Episode 23. I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. Okay. So what I need you to do is go to the thumbs and click the thumbs up. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed already, go to subscribe. Look for the black bell. Click the black bell. Every time I come on, you will get notified. All right. So do that for Grandma Hershey, will you? Mwah. Just love you. And so I want to give shout outs to my classmate Vera and to my sister by another mother, Marie King. She did it again. She made a recipe and shared it. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to my good friend Deborah, who shared it with 20 people. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. And I want to shout out to Christine, who is my hospice boss. I volunteer for hospice twice a month, and now it's turned out to be 3 times a month. I have a second patient. So anyway, that's good. I like it, And if you like free, don't have nothing to do, they would love to see you. If you're in the Kansas City area, look for Harbor Hospice. They're good people, and they treat your people right. So if you need their help, or if you want to volunteer to help, then look them up. Okay. And Christine is my boss. All right. And I want to shout out to my friend Najee, to my beautiful sister, to Tyrone, and everybody who watches my show. I truly thank you for supporting me. I truly thank you for looking at little old me to see what we're doing for today. And so today, our little education tip is going to be on date sugar. Now, everybody knows that I'm looking for a substitute for my erythritol because they're saying it's not healthy for you. Well, I still want some good food, okay? And I don't like all those other sweeteners because they're nasty. And Grandma Hershey don't like no nasty food. So, but we're going to talk about this date sugar because I did use that in the cornbread. Can you see it? There you go. I used it in the cornbread. It's good, but not as good as the erythritol. But I will be using this until I find something better. And this would be great. Anything that's going to be brownish is great because it's a tan color. It looks like light brown sugar. So I'll be trying out those oatmeal raisin cookies with it and see what it does, okay? But it is 100% natural. It's gluten-free, non-GMO, and vegan. And the calories, now this is from a tablespoon, because on the sugar bag, then a teaspoon is 15 calories. For 3 teaspoons, only 11 calories. I like that part. Then there's no fat, no cholesterol, no salt, and there's only 3 carbs. For a tablespoon, that's 1 carb per teaspoon. And then there's only 3 sugars. So this is a good alternative for anything that's got like some darkness to it, okay, or tan or whatever. So we're still looking out for some substitutes for my erythritol. So keep bringing in the suggestions. I'm going to try some stuff. I still have that applesauce. I'm going to try out eventually, but I'm going to try this date sugar with those oatmeal raisin cookies, okay? So now that we got that out the way, I want to talk about the healthy highlights for this recipe. The calories are 433.4. That's for a whole serving, a whole meal, okay? And there are 16 servings because I make a big old pan, all right? Although I divided it in half and made two smaller pans, all right? Well, my kitchen angels made one. I made the other. You know how they do. They just love me. And the carbs are 37.3. The sugars is 13.5. That's a whole meal now. And the fiber is 9.7. That is really good. And the protein is 18. This is a nice meal overall, period. Okay. Now, the things that's not as good as I like, but it's doable. The saturated fat is 7.8 grams. The cholesterol, 73.4 milligrams. And the sodium is 921.6 milligrams. So Grandma Hershey can only have 1 serving, okay? But I'm going to savor that serving. You better believe it. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to be curling my toes, all right? That's how slow I'm going to enjoy it. So anyway, let's get to the recipe because time is of the essence around here. I don't want to keep you all day. So I'm going to tell you what I did, and then I'll show you how it turned out. So the first thing Grandma Hershey did was she went to the cornbread recipe, which was episode number 8 for Grandma Hershey's cornbread recipe. And I did substitute the erythritol with the date sugar. So you can do that, okay? So I used that cornbread and... Okay, I gotta confess. So, you poke the holes in the cornbread when it's done. So I wanted to see what it tasted like since I hadn't used the date sugar before. And so you see this big old Grandma Hershey got carried away trying to see what the texture was and how it tastes. Anything happen around here. So anyway, once you mix up the mix, you're going to add 1 cup of sour cream, and I used the light. And you're going to add 1 can of cream corn. I tried to find the one with no salt. I had it before, couldn't find it, but I got as low as I could, okay? So that's one reason why the salt content is a little high for Grandma Hershey, that is, all right? So anyway, so when you make the batter, don't put it in the oven yet. Make sure you add that sour cream and that cream corn. Stir all that in, put it in the pan, and then you put it in the oven. Your oven's going to be preheated at 400 degrees, okay? So then once you get the cornbread, don't poke no giant hole like Grandma Hershey did. When you cook it, you're going to cook it for 40 minutes, all right? And then you're going to take it out, let it cool, and while it's cooling, take the temperature down to 375, all right? Because we got some more stuff to do here. So then the next thing that you're going to do, you're going to cut up an onion. And you're going to saute it. Grandma Hershey don't like no hard, crunchy vegetables, and neither do your children. So you're going to cut up an onion, and you're going to saute that and set that aside. And then you're going to take your ground turkey. And I use 2 pounds for a whole pan is 2 pounds. So the ground turkey, and you're going to take these 2 seasonings. You're going to take a teaspoon of onion powder, and you're going to take a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of garlic powder, and you're going to season your meat while you're cooking it. So while you're cooking it, you're going to be chopping and make sure it gets all nice and crumbly. You know how like taco meat look? That's basically what it's going to be. So then once that is done, it's no longer pink. Then, I tell you, trying to dodge all these lights. You get your bloopers here. So, anywho, once it's no longer pink, you're going to take one package of Mrs. Dash taco seasoning and one package of regular taco seasoning. And if you go to, I think it's Dollar General, I got these at the Cloverfield taco seasoning, then it's got the least salt than your other taco seasoning. So you want one package of each and for the whole pan, all right? And then you're going to stir that in there. And then once you stir that in, you're going to add your, let's put the meat in the bowl first. All right, let's put the meat in the bowl because I already made that part. Ooh, don't that look good? Nice and taco-y. And then you're going to take your onions. Now, I must confess, I had a little bit of sweet peppers left over, so I cut those up and sauteed them too. So, but it's just called for a small onion, but I got onion and peppers in here. All right. You know, Grandma Hershey try to liven things up. Then, once you add that, then you're going to take, and now for the whole recipe, you'll be taking the 28-ounce can of enchilada sauce. You're going to pour that into the bowl. I like the green, the verde, as they say in Spanish. And on this one, I use La Victoria. And it's not bad with the salt. Okay. Then you're going to add some salsa. Yes. You're going to, for the whole recipe, you're going to add 2 cups of salsa. But for the half recipe, we're adding 1 cup of salsa. And try to find the lowest sodium as you can. I don't know where my daughter found this one, but it's called Deserta. Some of it's called, and it's got very low sodium. So I don't know if she got that at Sam's or what, but find the least amount of sodium that you can find in your salsa. Now, my daughter is kind of wimpy when it comes to spice. So I use the mild sauce that she used. Now, if it was up to me, I'd have jalapenos and all kind of things up in here because I like it spicy like myself. Anywho, we're going to put the sauce in here because it's not about Grandma Hershey. We're going to put the salsa in, and then we're going to stir it up together. All right, we're going to mix it all in real good. It's kind of soupy like, but as it's soaking to that cornbread, then it's going to be just nice because you don't want no hard cornbread. You want moist cornbread. Now, most tamale pies, then they put the meat stuff on the bottom, and then the cornbread that's raw, the batter, and then the cheese. Well, this case is in reverse. You're going to make the cornbread first and then put the meat sauce on top of it and then the cheese. And I tell you what, this show is good because I've made it before with the erythritol, but still, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Okay, Grandma Hershey claiming it's going to be all right. So we're going to take our very whole poked cornbread. Oh, we're gonna pour this meat sauce on top. Oh Lord, I tell you, what we gonna do with Grandma Hershey? We're gonna pour that on top. Don't that look good? Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Oh, that looks good. I tell you. Yeah, somebody gonna be enjoying this. Yes. Woo. Hey, I tell you what. If you didn't get them with that hook'em meatloaf, maybe you can get them with the hook'em taco tamale pie. So we're going to spread the sauce out evenly on top, the meat mixture that is. Okay. And then here comes the fun part. Now, Grandma Hershey washed her hands right before the show. And you can always get some rubber gloves, whichever one. But if you're going to use your hands, make sure you wash them before you play with food. So we're going to take the cheese shreds. So what I use, one cup, it was 1 cup of the 2% 4-cheese Mexican cheese. And then the other one was 1 cup of the Kobe and Monterey. So we got lots of cheeses up in here for lots of flavor. You know how we roll around here. We have flavor up in it. Okay. So now we're going to put this cheese Spread it evenly on top. Sprinkle it evenly on top of the meat mixture. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be yum yum. Yep, yep. That's gonna be yummy for the tummy. Mm-hmm. Yes. Woo-hoo. It's gonna be good. Okay. We're spreading and we're spreading. And if you feel like you want a little more cheese, as long as it's low in salt, put them on there. It's your tamale pie. Do what you want to do, boo. All right. So now, let's see what my angels done, because they made me a little something last night. All right. So we're going to move this out the way. We're going to take out the angels, the kitchen angels, not but the kitchen angels. I want to make that clear. Okay, I'm not calling down all the angels from heaven just to help me make something. Okay, but they can if they want to. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, don't they look delicious? Ooh, we're going to try this out. We're going to see if they can cook. And then we're going to put this one in so it can get to cooking. Okay. And then once you do this, you're going to put it in that 375-degree oven for 20 minutes. Okay. So let's put that in so it can get to cooking. And we're going to taste it because you know, Grandma Hershey want to make sure that that the food not poison, right? Because we want to make sure you're in good health after you eat it. So let's take a little bit out and let's put it in this little dish here. Let's take some out. Ooh, feels delicious. Oh boy. Woo. Okay, I don't want to lose my cheese. So in the little dish, it's going to be 8 servings. And in the big pan, it'll be 16 servings. Okay, so. Okay, let's see what we're talking about here. Can you see how it looks on the inside? Got the cheese on top, the meat in the middle, and the cornbread on the bottom. Let's see if that date sugar adds up to what it's supposed to. Okay, get some with cheese. Oh boy. It looks okay. I still like my erythritol. I'm just a big crybaby. Let's taste it. It's still just as good. Oh, let's taste another spoon. You know, we can't be sure with just one. Let's taste one more spoon. I tell you, that meatloaf don't get them. The tamale pie will. So, anywho, oh my, that's so good. So, next week is 4th of July. So, Grandma Hershey going to come on at 1:30 Central Time instead of 5:30. Just in case you want to make the next recipe with me. So, it's going to be raspberry jalapeno dip. So, you may be having company over, or you may be going somewhere and need to take a dish. This is a great dish, okay? It is very tasty. So if you want to make it with me, I'm going to tell you the ingredients to have with you next Tuesday at 1:30 Central Time. You're going to need 2 blocks of cream cheese, a jar of raspberry jam, seedless, jalapeno slices, lime juice, 2 teaspoons, a half a cup of sour cream, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And I tell you, you can mix it with me. It's not going to take you long at all. Make sure when you get up next Tuesday to take your cream cheese out so it can soften. Okay, and I mean, get ready for some good old stuff. You'll be the belle of the ball. You take some of that dip to the party. Okay, so remember, like, subscribe, and share. Share with everybody you know. Share with your friends, share with your family, and share with your enemies because everybody got to eat. Okay, Grandma Hershey loves you. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next week for that raspberry jalapeno dip. Mwah. Have a great week.